Hello, and welcome to this introduction of Amplify's mCLASS with DIBELS 8th edition. I am Tracy Parker, the reading specialist on the academic support team. A literacy screener is a requirement within the Alaska Reads Act legislation that was passed in May of 2022. A literacy screener assesses students' early literacy skills, also known as foundational literacy skills. The literacy screener is to be administered to all kindergarten through third grade students. However, DEED has purchased the mCLASS with DIBELS 8th edition literacy screener for schools to use with their 4th and 5th grade students, as well as a kindergarten through third. The literacy screener must include a dyslexia screener. It does not diagnose dyslexia. It screens for the risk of dyslexia, notifying educators and parents of the need for follow-up. The literacy screener must also include a tool to monitor student progress on literacy skills. Research has shown that performance on each of these measures is able to predict a student's later reading proficiency. These measures are letter naming fluency, LNF, phonemic segmentation fluency, PSF, nonsense word fluency, NWF, word reading fluency, WRF, oral reading fluency, ORF, MAZE, which measures comprehension, vocabulary, rapid automatized naming, RAN or RAN, and spelling. Each measure is administered individually with one teacher to one student and only takes about 1 minute to complete, with the exception of MAZE and vocabulary. Those can be given as a whole group. Here's a list of measures that are recommended to be given at each grade level. I'll give you just a few seconds to look over it. The literacy screener is to be administered 3 times a year, at the beginning, the middle, and the end of the year. Progress monitoring can be administered once a week or less, depending on the student's needs. As soon as students are assessed, their score will be represented as a color for quick identification. Here's a chart that shows what each color represents. Red represents the student is well below benchmark. Yellow represents below benchmark. Green represents benchmark. And blue represents above benchmark. District and classroom teachers will review their various reports to identify which students require additional supports or interventions. It will place students into groups based on similar skills needing to be addressed. These reports will also help the teachers and district leaders know which students will need an individual reading intervention plan per the Reads Act and what goes into that plan. The state will use the reports to support districts to fulfill the Reads Act components. Districts and schools can use the parent progress letters, also known as Home Connect letters. They use these to communicate with parents as required by the Reads Act. Literacy screener related information will be listed on the AK Learns webpage, the new DEED Reading Resource webpage, the new DEED Literacy Screener webpage, and also announced in the DEED Reading newsletter. Those links are shared on this slide. For additional information, please contact me, Tracy Parker. My contact information is on the screen. Thank you very much.